press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, again a few more interesting problems from the exercise 15.1. I hope you have practiced the sums which I did in the previous class. Okay. Now few more interesting problems, these are very 20th one. Suppose you drop a die at random on the rectangular region shown in the figure. What is the probability that it will land inside the circle with the diameter 1 meter? See, they have given the diagram, a rectangular area and in between one circle is there and the diameter they have given as 1 meter and this is 3 meter and this is 2 meter. So, what is the probability of the coin is it will fall inside this. So, as you know, you have the previous knowledge. So, you know how to find out the area of the rectangle L into B and how to find out the area of this circle also you know, correct. So, what is the probability of the coin falling on this means you can find out by the probability you all know, the total possible outcome. See, number of favorable outcome divided by total possible outcome. So, let us write that. First let us find out the area. Area of a rectangular region. Area of rectangular region. So, L into B, you all know the formula, that is meter square. Next, area of a circle, particular circle they have diameter, so pi r square. To find out the area we use the formula pi r square. So, 22 by 7 into radius, this is 1 meter. So, diameter is 1 meter, therefore, radius will be half meter or you can write 0.5, but it is better to take like this. Okay. So, it will be easy for us to calculate here. 2 ones are 2. So, here or you can keep this as it is, pi also you can keep. So, this can be written as pi into half. Like this also you can keep, that is pi by 4 meter square. Okay, if you want to keep it in the form of pi you can keep it. Next, what is the probability of getting the land, that it will land inside the circle. So, when you drop a die, not a coin, sorry, die. Okay. So, the possible outcomes, this full area is how much? 6 meter square. Okay, 6 meter square. Actually, so you need not write 6 meter square, 6. Next, the outcome favorable to the event, okay, E, that is pi by 4. Hence, P of E probability is how much? Pi by 4 divided by 6. That is, you all know how to find out pi by, this will go 6, 1 by 6, that is 6 fours are 24. So this is the answer, pi by 24. Pi by 24 is the answer. Okay. Next. I hope you understood this. See, this is the possible, that is 6 meter square divided by pi by 4 meter square. So this will be pi by 24. Okay. Now, since they have not mentioned square, you need not write. Okay, the next one. Next question, I am going to read out the next one. A lot consists of 144 ball pens, of which 20 are defective and others are good. Noori will buy a pen if it is good, but will not buy it if it is defective. The shopkeeper draws one pen at random and gives to her. What is the probability that first one she will buy it, second one she will not buy it? See, again it is a very simple one, and we have already done this type of question in the previous class. So, just you can note down and we can do it little faster. So, here a lot consists of 144 ball pens. So, number of ball pens, how many? 144, then out of which 20 are defective. So, number of defective pens, number of defective pens 20. Therefore, number of good pens. See, out of 144, 20 are defective. So, you should be careful while reading the question. So, 124 is the good ones. Okay. Next. Now, the shopkeeper will draw one pen randomly, and what is the probability that she will buy? See, she will buy only if it is good. Okay. She will reject it if it is defective. Correct? So, now what is the probability that she will buy it? So, how many good ones are there here? Good ones 124, correct? Good pens. So, total possible outcomes. How many? 144, total 144. Then the outcomes favorable to the event. Noori buys the pen. Noori buys the pen if it is good one, correct? So, Noori buys the pen denoted by E1. How many? So, good pens are 124. So, 124. Hence, P of E1. So, once again you can write the number of outcomes favorable to the event E1. Once again you can write 124. So please follow the steps. Then hence P of E1 will be equal to 124 divided by 144. Okay, 124 divided by 144. So, this is if she will buy it. So, the probability of buying the pen is 124 divided by 144. Okay. Next, she will not buy it, and you can subtract this from 1 also, that is also easy, or directly you can find out. So, you can simplify it, it will be 31 So 4 3s are 12, 4 1s are 4 3s are 12, 13, 14, 4 6 are 24. So 31 by 36, you can simplify it. Okay, now you can continue with this. This is first one. Second one, the outcome favorable to the event that Noori do not buy the pen. So first one is she will buy it. So Noori buys the pen. Second one, she do not buy. She do not buys the pen. So hence denoted by event E2, that is how many? So defects are 20, correct? So 20. Hence therefore P of E2 will be 20 by 144. So this is they are complementary events. I hope you can remember, which I taught in the first class, complementary events, isn't it? So this will be a complementary event. You can subtract one also, or directly you can do like this. So here 2 10s are, 2 7s are, 2 5s are, 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12. So 5 by 36. See, 5 by 36. Just observe this. I hope you can see this. 5 by 36 and this is 31 by 36. Just add, you will get 1. See, these are complementary events. 31 by 36 plus 5 by 36 gives you 36 by 36, which is equal to 1. So these are complementary events. I hope it is clear. Now the next one is very interesting and very important also. Just observe. So complete the table they have given. So completing the table means here you are going to learn so many concepts here. See, one is event, sum of 2 dice. See, when the question is given like this, you should know some techniques where you have to use that. So I will just show you have to complete the table there. Okay, first I am going to read the question now. See, complete the table, event sum of 2 dice. So they have given the table. Second one, a student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 11 and to 12. Therefore, each of them has the probability 1 by 11. Do you agree with this argument? Justify your answer. Okay. So first we shall try to complete the table. Event sum of 2 dice. Probability. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Here 1 by 36 and 5 by 36 here 1 by 36. Okay. But see, to complete this, I will just show you. See, you all know we have on each dice we have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, correct? Here also. Now, see, when you throw 2 dice, what are the possible event it may occur? See, for example, when you throw 2 dice together, so you may get like this 1, 1, or here 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Next, here 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. I hope you won't get confused. You understood what I am trying to tell. So, next 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. So, you need not write for each and every problem like this, but you should have this idea how you will get 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. Same way 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. Next 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. So, here when you throw 2 dice, you will get the possible outcomes are these. I hope you understood this. So, imagine that you are throwing 2 dice, you will in one die you can get 1, another die also you can get 1, or in one die I may get 2, in another die I may get 1. So, like this. So, can you can you guess how many outcomes, total possible outcomes when 2 dice are thrown outside? What is the number, total number? See here 36, because see here 36 possibilities are there. Okay. So, you can just without writing this, you have to be familiar that when 2 dice are thrown, the total number of possible outcomes will be 36. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now, we will move on to the question now. So, here we have to complete the table. Event sum of 2 dice is 2. See, sum of 2 dice is 2 means what is the meaning? Sum of 2 dice. Here sum of 2 dice is 2. See here 1 and 1, 2. So, sum of 2 dice is 2 means this one. Okay. Then sum of 2 dice is 2, where you will get only 1 we have, correct. So, what is the probability? 1 by 36. I hope why they have given 36 here. Total possible outcome is 36. See, you can count 6 into 6. 6 6 are 36 possible outcomes. See, it is very interesting problem. Okay. Now, the total event of the sum 2 dice will be 2 means only 1 possibility. So, 1 by 36 is the probability. Okay. 3. So, where you will get 3? So I will use the different color. 3 you will get here, the sum is 3 and this. So how many? So can I write 2 by 36? Is it correct? 2 by 36? Yes. Next, to get 4, see again I will use this chalk. To get 4, this one and this and this. See here, when you draw this, see you will get a parallel line like this. I hope it is clear. Okay. See here, 3 comma 1. So total is 4. The sum of 2 dice will be 4 here in this case. Then 2 and 2, 4. 1 and 3, 4. So what is the possibility here? Possibility is probability is 3 by 36. Same way, the sum of 2 dice 5. So here we have 4 comma 1, 3 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 1 comma 4. So how many? So 4 by 36. So without checking this table, I think you can complete this table. 4 by 36. 1 by 36, 4 by 30. Okay. Next. So 6. So to get 6, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? Next, so here 5 by 36. Next, for 7, to get 7, see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here 6 by 36. Correct? Next, 8, to get 8, see observe carefully, this is very important. 6 comma 8, 5 comma 3, 4 comma 4, 3 comma 5 and 2 comma 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. See 5 by 36. Now it starts decreasing. See, very interesting table. See 5 by 36. Now next 9. When you go for 9, see I will use this one. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, only 4. So probability is 4 by 36. Next you can guess 3 by 36. Next you can guess 2 by 36. See the table. So it increases, then it start decreasing. So when you see this table, you will come to know. See. So here like this it goes and it will reach again. It start decreasing like this. See, this is the pattern. See how interesting it is. Correct? So you should be thorough with this table, and they can ask many type of questions related to this table. One more question is there. I think it is the next 24th question also is based on this table. Okay. So I can finish that and then I can move on to the 23rd problem also. Okay. Now the next second sub question. So I have completed the table now. So second sub question is, a student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes, that is 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 12. Therefore each of them has the probability 1 by 11. Do you agree? No, its probability is different. It's not 1 by 11. 1 by 11 we didn't get. So it is not. We have justified by giving the table also. So no, you have to write the answer, no, it is not possible. Okay. We do not agree the argument as the 11 sums are not equally likely. They are not equally likely. You can write that. And you can just refer, they can refer the table also. We have not got 1 by 11. Now, just I will move on to 24th problem and then I will cover 23rd one, because again it is based on this table only. A die is thrown, I am going to read the question now. A die is thrown twice. what is the probability that 5 will not come up either time? Second one, 5 will come up at least once. Okay. Okay, 5 will not come up on either time. So, what is the meaning of it? 5 will not come on either time means, see, when you throw 2 dice, it will not, 5 will not come. So, please observe this carefully. Now, 5 will come only in this column, correct? See, 5 will come only in this column. Please, I have marked with the color chalk. 5 will come in this column. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, where it comes? Okay, here. See here. One more column like this. See, you will get like this one column, and here where the 5, number 5 is there, you will get, correct? So, just you can count how many possible outcomes here. 1, 2. So, possible outcome is 36 only, no difference. So, the total possible outcome is 36. But favorable to that event means 5, we should see the question, read the question. 5 will not come either time. Either time means the 2 dice also I should not get 5. I should not get 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here 7, 8, 9, 10, this is repeated 11. See, please, when you work out this, you work out in your books, definitely you can understand in a better way. Okay. So, one time you just do it for the first one, then definitely you can, after practicing, you can do without giving this table at all. Okay. So, 5 you should not get on either time. So, out of 36, see 36 possible outcomes are there. A 5 should not be on either side means I have to subtract 11. I hope you understood why I am subtracting 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when you count vertically 1, 2, 3, 4, this is repeated the horizontal way. So, here. So, 6 plus 5. Okay. See, this is repeated. So, here 6 and here 5. Total 11. Will not come on either side. So, 25. I hope you understood. Or the next one, 5 will come at least once. See, this 25 possibility, 25 favorable outcome will not come. 5 will not come in this case, but 5 will come at least once means again 5 will come at least once means again this only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, here vertical 6 and horizontal, vertical 6, horizontal 5. Understood? I hope it is clear. So, for this I am going to write the probability, I think, so 24th question, 24th, so total possible outcomes. Total possible outcomes are 36. Then the outcome favorable to the event. What is the event? Event is 5 will not come up either time. Denoted by E1. So, this is for the sub question 1. On either time 5 will not come. So in the bracket you can show that 36 minus 11. So in 25 it does not come, 5 will not come, 5 will not come on either, see 5 will not come here, correct. So that is how much? 25. Out of 36 you are subtracting 11, okay, 25. Therefore probability of getting probability of 5 will not come on either time is 25 by 36. 25 by 36. I hope it is clear. Next one. Okay, second sub question, 5 will come at least once. Again I am going to rub this. So here only I will make a change. Total possible outcome 36, the outcome favorable to the event five will come. So again this is example for complementary complementary events, okay. 5 will come up at least once, 5 will come at least once is denoted by the event E2. So here again how much? 11. Hence probability P of E2 11 by 36. In the first one we got 25 by 36. See, 25 plus 11, 36 by 36 is equal to 1. So this is an example for complementary events, okay. Please try to recall which I have told in the introduction class, or I had given many examples for complementary events. So this is also one of the examples for complementary event. Now next one, 23rd one, okay. So based on this table only these two sums, that is 22nd one and 24th one. So I did those two sums at a time. Now we will move on to 23rd one. So this table is clear. They can ask any type of question based on this table, okay. Suppose they can ask the product also, the product of the product of the two dice. When you thrown the dice 2 times, then the product it can appear 6, like that they can ask you. So again here 1, 5, 2, 3, like that it goes on, okay. Next. Now a game consists of, 23rd one I am going to read the question. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result, that is 3 heads or 3 tails, and loses otherwise. Calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game. See, I will just give one tree diagram like. Now when the coin is tossed once, you will get head and tail. Again second time when it is tossed, head and tail. See here, this when it is tossed once, second time and third time. Now what are the possible outcomes? Let us write now. Number of possible outcomes. See here, I will write now. See here, head. So when 3 coins are tossed, there is a possibility of getting 3 heads. Then head, tail. See, observe this carefully. Head, tail. Head, tail. Next, head, tail, head. Head, tail, head. Next, head, tail. Okay. Next, tail, head. Tail, head. Next, tail, head, tail. Tail, head, tail. Next, tail, head. Tail, head. Next, tail. Tail. So like this you can write the possible outcomes when 3 coins are tossed. So these are the total number of possible outcomes. Okay. Now Hanif will win if all the tosses give the same result. All the tosses give the same result means all head or all tail. All the 3 heads or all the 3 tails. I hope you understood the question. Okay. Now see. First of all, you should know how to write the possibilities. See, this tree diagram may help you out to write the ray diagram. That is how many? So total 8 possible outcomes. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, when 3 coins are tossed, you may get all head or 2 heads, 1 tail, or head, tail, or head, tail, tail, head, tail, tail and head, and all the 3 tails. So this tree diagram may help you. Just you can note down this. Okay. Now probability, I think it is easy. So number of possible outcomes, these. So how many? 8. Then the outcomes favorable to the event, that is, what is the event then? Hanif wins. Okay, Hanif wins the game. So he will win the game only. He should get all the same. I mean, it should be, the result should be same in all the 3 coins also. That is, all the 3 heads or all the 3 tail. So the favorable outcomes denoted by are head or tail, means only 2. Hence probability 2/8 by 4. Okay. So I think we have come to an end of the exercise and also the chapter. Okay, here loses the game. Probability of Hanif lose the game. So lose the game, not win, lose. Lose the game. He will lose the game. So when he will lose the game, if he gets these possibility 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he get 3 heads and 3 tails, he will win the game. So actually what what I wrote is for winning. Probability of Hanif winning the game is 2 by 8, correct it is. But if losing the game means not this. Losing the game, they may ask for winning the game, then you have to write this 2 by 8. If it is losing the game, then this is the possibility, HTH, HTT, then THH, then THT, then TTH, that is total is 6. So here 6 by 8, 2 3s are 2 4s are 3 by 4. So again losing and winning, again it is a complementary example for complementary event. Okay, so 3 by 4 is the answer. And the last one, see, which of the following arguments, I am going to read the question now, are correct and which are not correct, give reason. So if two coins are tossed simultaneously, there are 3 possible outcomes, 2 heads, 2 tails or 1 of each. Therefore, for each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. The probability is 1 by 3. Okay. Now, second one, if the die is thrown, there are 2 possibility outcomes, an outcome, an odd number or an even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. So, the first statement 1 by 3, actually do you agree with that? 1 by 3 is the possibility they are telling. See, if 2 coins are tossed, then you all know the possibility HT, TH, HH, then TT. I hope you understood this. So, the possibility when the 2 coins are tossed, head tail, tail head, head head and tail. So, there are 4 possible outcome total. But probability of getting each event is 1 by 4. It is not 1 by 3. Do you agree with that? So, you can write that first one is incorrect. Why? Because you can show this. See, this is a possibility and there are 4 total number of possible outcome, and for each outcome you will get the probability as 1 by 4 and not 1 by 3. Okay. You can give the reason. If the die is thrown, there are 2 possible outcome, an odd or even number. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. Yes, of course. See, if I want odd number 3. So, what is the possibility of outcome? So, 1 by total, that is odd numbers or even number. Odd number, how many odd numbers are there? So, you have done this problem in the example sums, and we have done this problem. So, that is probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2 is correct, because total possible outcome in the dice is 6, you all know, and getting odd numbers, that is 1, 3 and 5. So, 3. So, 3 by 6. 3 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 2. So, that statement is correct. So, first statement is wrong, second statement is correct. Okay. I think we have completed this chapter. So, please practice all the problems and also the example problems. Do not think it is a very easy problems and neglect. Sometimes the tricky questions will be asked from this chapter only. So, practice well. Thank you. We shall meet in the next class. Thank you.